Today we are looking at Solanium, a very interesting launchpad based on the Solana blockchain. And guys, this promises a lot, so definitely stay tuned for this one. Okay, so we're here looking at Solanium. My name is Rick here at the Digit Club channel, so definitely make sure you are subscribed and let's get into it. So Solanium, like I said, is based on the Solana blockchain. So if you're bullish on Solana, this is the way to go. They're very popular and they have been around for a good long while. They have fee distribution, airdrops, unique pool benefits, and governance voting with a strong focus on UX, UI, and a bunch of very good partners. The token utility is as follows. They have staking, swapping, and voting. And overall, right, I have here an overview image. Overall, it's looking really good. So how does the tokens, the staking, and the tiers work? We'll get into that. Their past projects, we'll get into that. But just real quick, their overview, right? It looks really good. Definitely one of the better Solana launchpads out there, in my opinion. But again, we're just doing an overview, right? So don't care too much about my opinions here. They have over 570,000 Twitter followers, 430,000 Telegram followers, 50.5 Galaxy score, and an alt rank of 189 out of 3,753. They have past projects that go way past 700x, which is insane. Project Seed, Crywar, they have Solai, Sonar, Port, Cropper, and many other big projects such as Waggle, who went from 8.25x all the way up to 752x. So very bullish projects, not just very good projects, but also a lot of projects. So that is really good to see. They're doing around 37% GameFi, 25% DeFi, 8% NFT, and 29% others, which is a pretty good graph in my opinion. The Launchpad stats are also looking very good. We have 6.3 total value staked as of right now, which is huge. 435,000 holders, also huge, and over 25,000 number of stakers. So the past projects are looking very good. Social stats, Launchpad stats are also looking very good. So without any further ado, let's get into the actual website. Over here, we can immediately stake our SLIM, apply for IDOs, or even KOL. So that is very handy to have right there. They have a bunch of exchange platforms listed right here, such as KuCoin, Gate.io, and a bunch of others. So that is obviously good to point out right away. Here we have their live pools with a bunch of projects that are currently on their website. I believe none of them are currently active, but there's a lot of projects upcoming and a lot of projects that just finished. So they are actively putting in projects, but as of right now, you can't participate in any. But obviously, if they keep this up with putting in so many new projects, then pretty soon you will be able to get into an IDO. Each of them has thousands of followers. Yam here with more than 8.5 thousand, and the total races are also quite high. So the projects are looking pretty good. Here we see more of their past projects, which of course have had amazing returns, especially DeFi Land and CryoWar with very high ROI. So that is good to see. There are more pools to go through, but we're not going to do that right now. Then over here to the tier system. Now you guys, let me explain real quick how this works, right? So we had the quick overview on like, okay, this is the Launchpad, this is how it looks. Now you're wondering, how do I actually participate? What do I have to do? And how much is it going to cost me? So in Solanium, they have two tokens, right? So they have the SLIM token and they have the xSLIM token. Now, the xSLIM token is what you actually need to participate in the IDOs or the IGOs, but it is not a token you can buy or trade. You can only access this token by staking SLIM. Now, we have a very handy calculator over here that will tell you exactly how much SLIM will be converted into xSLIM after staking. Now, it all depends on how much SLIM you purchase and how many days you stake them for. Okay, so one SLIM becomes one xSLIM if you stake it for 1 year. If you were to stake it for half of it, let's say 6 months, then it would become half of the value. So one SLIM would then become 1.5x SLIM. Make sense? If not, here we have a calculator. So 5,000 SLIM staked for 365 days will become 5,000 SLIM. If we were to, let's say, stake 6,000 SLIM, as you can see, it would put us at 6,000 xSLIM. Now, if we were to cut this in half and let's say only stake for, let's say, 150 days, then you can see that it highly reduces the xSLIM that you will get from it. So it is definitely recommended if you are going to invest in Solanium to at least stake for a year. Otherwise, you will not see good returns in your staking. Now, the tiers, the first one is at 100 xSLIM, which of course, if you stake for 365 days, which is what we're gonna assume for right now, you only need 100 SLIM to get into this first tier. Now, how expensive will that be? We will simply put 100 times the amount of the current coin, which is right now going for roughly 10 cents. That is in US dollar. And then we see that that will cost you $10 staked for 1 year. Obviously, you can also buy, let's say, 100 SLIM and then stake it for much shorter and you will get the same results. But this is the cheapest way to go about it, right? So with 1 year of staking and $10, you can already participate in the first tier, which is really cheap. It does not give you a guaranteed allocation. It will give you only one lottery ticket, which will in turn give you a 15% win chance, which is incredibly low. So tier 1 is not really something great. Let's move over to tier number 2. There we go. This will cost you 1000 xSLIM. So of course, if we stake it for a year, that would simply mean 1000. And that would just mean that we will put 1000 times 0.10, which will then put us on 100 US dollars. All right, you guys, pretty straightforward, right? This will give you 12 lottery tickets, which translates to a 30% win chance. Then over here to tier 3, we see Ra, the god of the sun. This will require you to have 5,000 SLIM tokens and will give you 100 lottery tickets. That is 19% win chance. I don't know why it keeps resetting to like tier 1. And then over here, tier 4 is the first tier where you will actually get a guaranteed allocation. Why does it do that? Very annoying. Guaranteed allocation. And then the most expensive one, God of the Moon, with over, now that is very annoying, stop doing that, with over 50,000 SLIM. Just for you guys, I will actually put it in the calculator as well. So that would be 5, we need one more zero, there we go. This is 50,000 and that will go times 0.10. And then we see that it would cost you some 5,000 US dollars, 1 year of staking to get yourself the most expensive tier, which is Khonsu, God of the Moon. Now, you might be wondering, why would I go for the tier 5 if I can already get myself a guaranteed allocation at tier 4 or a 90% chance to win at tier 3? Well, simply enough is because you will get a much larger allocation. Tier 4 will give you a $162 allocation and tier 5 will give you a $771 US allocation. So there is a very big difference in that. Okay, and then they actually have a staking leaderboard as well on their website, which is really cool. The person with the most staked has a whopping 323,000 SLIM staked right now, which is absolutely insane. We can see that the average amount of days that people stake is indeed around 300 to 365 days. And here we see another couple of whales, all of which own more than 70,000 SLIM, which is pretty huge. But obviously it's the top 3 that absolutely take the throne with a ridiculous amount of tokens staked. But it is good that they put it on the website, and it is good to see that there's so many people staking, and that's definitely a plus point for the Launchpad. Over here we have a roadmap. The first point on the map is at the 7th of May 2021. We see airdrop plus whitelist lottery registration opens. Then they have a bunch more updates over 2021, actually a lot of them. Then 2022 a bit less thus far, but we see dynamic staking, governance future Solanium swap, multi-chain expansion, and fiat gateway and decentralized ID for KYC. This last one is actually planned for 2023. So they have a good record of what they've done in the past. They are still updating it right now, doing new things, and they also have a future planning. So this is a very much completed roadmap. Then about Solanium, we have a bunch of information over here. Of course, we already talked about the Solanium tiers, and we already did the calculating your stake. Free distribution is something worth mentioning. All platforms and pool fees will be distributed to xSLIM holders. Each pool has a fixed free rate of 5%, which will get distributed / airdropped over all xSLIM holders. So if you have xSLIM coins in your wallet, aka if you have SLIM tokens staked, not only will you be able to participate in tiers, but you will also get distributed airdrops. So that is an amazing benefit to being a staker here on Solanium. And that would be the end of the website over here. They have a bunch more stuff. They have a blog, all of their social media, they have their backers and an about page. And yeah, that's about it. So this is also cool to see, made in Amsterdam. So yeah, I suppose that is it for the website. Let's go ahead and dive into their prior projects. Okay, so like I said before, they don't really have any projects going on as of right now, but they do have a very recent project called Iceberg Chain. So let's go ahead and see what we can dig up on this. Iceberg Chain is a IGO. It is a role-playing blockchain game set in a open world. So it looks very, very ambitious. We don't have a lot of content as of yet. We do have some character models. They talk about some NPCs. I do have to say, and I don't want to go in too much about my personal opinions, but they are promising a lot. Like, they're promising a massive blockchain open world game with super in-depth NPCs, amazing gameplay, awesome graphics, and that might just sound a little bit too good to be true. On top of that, their logo, in my opinion, doesn't look great at all. So what they're promising is really, really cool, but if they can actually deliver, I am not sure. If we take a look at their partners, it might give an indication as to if it's feasible. I am not seeing an awful lot of partners. I'm not seeing any very, very big names either. So me personally, I'm a bit skeptical on this. Maybe it does very well. At least I myself am not very bullish on it too much. But definitely leave a comment down below what you guys think of it. It could easily also be a very good project. In my opinion, it just doesn't do it for me personally. Then for some other projects, we have Moonfrost with over 3.8 thousand followers and a pool size of 180,000 Frost, which is their coin, and a hard cap of 54,000 USDC, and it is unlocked. So this is kind of the process that you will go through if you want to participate. Here you can follow it, and here you would be able to participate, but of course the whitelist is closed and I won't be able to participate, and you will also need an account. So that's about it. And yeah, as I said, right now there's no active projects going on right now, so that's unfortunate. If we take a look at their coin, how has that been doing? So as with most Launchpads, we see a very dramatic spike all the way up to $4.7. This was in 2021. Then at the peak, of course, all of the investors from the seed rounds and the early private rounds sell off their coins, massive price drop. It then continued to be relatively high with another peak before it started going down, and now obviously with the bear market, we are at $10 cents. Now it is still quite a bit higher than most of the Launchpad coins, but definitely worth mentioning that the coin went down a tremendous amount, just like all Launchpads really. They rank at 739, which isn't too bad for a Launchpad coin. Then let's have a look at their tokenomics. Now this is a pretty important part for any Launchpad really. And you can see that it is a bit outdated, right? It's a bit from the previous generation, I would say. Like Solanium has been around for a long while, so you can definitely see that the tokenomics from newer projects just simply look different. But overall it is fine. We're looking at a 25% supply, 20% team, 5% advisors, 15% liquidity, 10% marketing, and 25% company reserve. Like I said, tokenomics nowadays don't really look like this anymore, but there inherently isn't anything particularly wrong with how their tokenomics have been set up, or at least I don't have anything bad to say about it. And here you have their circulating supply over time. You can pause the video if you want to look at this in a little bit more detail. Then over to their white paper. It is officially the most boring white paper I've ever seen in my entire life. Yes, they've got a lot of good information in there, but it is just outdated. In a white paper, I want to see all of the good stuff, the tokenomics, the team. I want to see some visual designs. I want to see some team members, some art maybe. And I want it to be much more visual than this. So I am not a fan of their white paper. They do go in depth a lot on a bunch of stuff. On the other hand, they also completely don't touch on other things. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of their white paper. It's very boring, but at least it's there. At least they have a white paper. So I guess that's that. As for their Twitter, it is not too bad, I would say. They have more than 500,000 followers, as we said before. Their engagement is really good. They've got a lot of likes, they've got a lot of comments, a lot of retweets. The vibe on the community is very positive. People seem to like the project, which is incredibly important for a Launchpad. So they also do a lot of these things with some cool art, some awesome overviews. I showed you guys one at the beginning of the video. Here is another one where they put social stats, the launch categories, Launchpad stats, supported wallets, and much more, which is just really, really awesome, and it looks great. Obviously, they post about their partners, their upcoming IDOs. They retweet here a tweet of Woggle, which is one of their IDOs in the past. And yeah, I just like their Twitter a lot. They also do have other social media platforms such as Medium, so you can go ahead and read their blogs if you are very interested in Solanium. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching to this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I would like to hear from you guys. Are you interested in this Launchpad? Will you invest in this Launchpad, or have you already invested in this? Or do you think it is utter garbage? I am very curious, so just let me know regardless of what your opinion on this is. Thank you so much for watching. Join our Discord, like and subscribe, and then I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.